On today's show,
we discuss the changes to All-Star voting and whether GMs should be hesitant to try and trade for DeMarcus Cousins.
would you believe me if I said the Wiz are one game out of the playoffs, Tim Duncan didn't wear jeans to his jersey ceremony, or AI never lifted weights?
And get out of the way, my boy! Weekend whoopsies are coming in hot.
It's Monday, December 19th. The starter starts now.
Good evening, sweet world, and welcome to The Starters. Whether you're listening to the podcast, joining us live right now on NBA TV, or a little bit later on YouTube, we're happy to have you. I'm J.E. Skeets, and alongside me, as always, that's Tass Mellis.
Who's working today? We are.
No Lily today, because he's on his way to Oakland to bother some Golden State Warriors. We'll talk to Lee on tomorrow's show for sure. And over there, last but not least, it's the bearded one. It's Trey Kirby.
Heyo!
Heyo! TK, what do you got for us today?
I'm here at the internet looking for your best tweets at #TheStarters, and no doubt you've seen it by now, but Russell Westbrook brought out the Sham God this weekend.
Woo!
The Sham God, of course, is basically a one-handed crossover where it looks like you're gonna lose the ball. It was invented by a guy named God Sham God, and if you're not familiar with God Sham God, step your YouTube game up because it's one of the best moves you'll ever see on a basketball court. And it brings us to today's question. What other players should have a move named after them? And since we're talking about Russell Westbrook, how about the Westbrook, which to me is anytime a player rebounds their own missed free throw. Doesn't happen very often. You gotta be super athletic and super crazy to grab your own. So that's why Westbrook is the best at it. He even tipped in one of his own missed free throws last year. Still unbelievable to see, but we want to hear from you, so let us know on Twitter what other players should have a move named after them. Send us your best ideas to #TheStarters. We'll hear them a little bit later.
All right, get those tweets in. We got a fun show tonight. We're going to actually introduce a new segment on the show, and we got a new batch of weekend whoopsies. But let's start with the up-down report. Get on over here, Trey.
Here I come.
Gonna figure out where the three of us stand on some hot button NBA topics. We ask you to do the same at home. Thumbs up or thumbs down on Twitter. All right, first one, guys. NBA fans are not the only ones who will be voting for the 2017 All-Star starters. For the first time, NBA players and select basketball media members will vote for the Eastern and Western Conference starters. Fans will make up 50% of the vote, while the players and media each account for 25%. Guys, thumbs up or thumbs down on the players and media getting to help decide who our all-star starters are.
I say thumbs up. We've been asking for this for a very long time. Every year we sit here and we say, well, fans really screwed up that one. We basically do that every single year.
Right.
Adam Silver listened. He's given something a whirl. Why not?
So we have faith in the players and the media.
Can it get worse? Can it get worse? I highly doubt it. I think basically every year there's one guy that the fans probably shouldn't have put in there. And sometimes it's made up for because the coaches make up for it when they vote in the replacements.
Right.
Mm-hmm. But I have faith, yes, that the players are going to take this seriously. They value this extremely highly when it comes to all-star appearances. And the media, this is their job. I don't think they can mess it up any more than the fans do at this point. And the fans still have some power. And
They still have most of the power, right?
they still have most of the power. Yeah, and they don't have all of it, but it's enough to make them believe. It's a little wink, wink. You got the power there, fans.
Yeah, I agree. There's some incentives tied to this. The Derrick Rose rule says if you have 2 all-star starts to your credit, you can be eligible for a bigger contract. So it's good that there are a few safeguards to the starting component of that rather than just letting fans pick whoever they want. That being said, I don't really think it's going to change a whole bunch because you still got 50% of the vote going to the fans. And I think that the local columnists who are going to vote for their guys for the All-Star game will cancel out from city to city. So it's all going to work out in the long run. I think it's a good move, though.
Are we seeing this because of what almost happened last year when we upset the entire country of Georgia when we were calling out Zaza Pachulia maybe getting into the All-Star game? Like, this was a thing that happened last year. He almost started. He finished 4th among the Western front court players when it came to votes. He was 14,000 votes shy of Kawhi Leonard, or Zaza Pachulia would have been starting the All-Star game. Is this sort of what the league is thinking here to maybe sort of balance it out a little bit in case this were to happen again?
I can see why people think that, but we've been doing an iteration of the show for 10 years. We say that basically every year. Zaza Pachulia or no Pachulia or no Georgian fans getting angry at us. We say the same thing year in and year out. The fans messed up. Why are they choosing that player? That player shouldn't be in, and it's usually just one player. But I know we're getting extremely dorky about this, and does it really matter who the fans
I was going
want
to say,
in
it's
there?
an exhibition game. Does it really matter?
I don't think so that much. My biggest worry was, the players have 25% of the vote here. What if they don't vote? Let's say, because it's not mandatory. There's 450 players.
Right,
Let's say 80 players vote.
What if they all vote for themselves too, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Which you're allowed
yourself.
to do, and in theory, they're just going to vote for their teammates as well.
Yeah, that would be my worry, is that, let's say, only 50 or 60 vote, or however many it is, and they only vote for their own team, their teammates themselves, then that weighted value goes up because there's only so many of them. That being said, I do have faith that there's an honor system here, number one, and number two, they value these all-star appearances so much, they're not just going to say, hey, Seth Curry, you're in. No offense to Seth Curry,
geez.
but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Their 11th or 12th guy or the 13th guy in the roster, they're going to value this.
You said Seth Curry, not Steph Curry there, right?
Yeah, I think Steph gets in.
Okay, I
He's
just
still in,
want to show. All right, moving on here, guys. The Kings announced yesterday that they are reviewing an incident involving DeMarcus Cousins, who had an angry locker room confrontation with a Sacramento Bee columnist. Cousins was upset that his brother Jaleel was mentioned in a piece questioning the nightlife choices of DeMarcus and his teammates. Now, Bleacher Report's Howard Beck reports that GMs around the league won't trade for Cousins, specifically because of incidences like this. And that's the question here in the up-down. Are you up or down on GMs being hesitant to trade for DeMarcus Cousins?
This is tough.
I'm thumbs down.
You guys don't believe it? We've
I
had
do believe
GMs
it.
tell us that they were a little hesitant to ever acquire DeMarcus
Yeah.
Cousins. You've heard stories that it makes it a hard work environment for everybody involved, and it's not totally unheard of for this to happen with players. Rasheed Wallace, Zach Randolph, Hassan Whiteside are all
Exactly.
guys who kind of needed to go a little bit further and change places in their career before they actually matured and became the successful players they are. Not all GMs are going to be down on DeMarcus Cousins, but I think it's possible that some are, for sure.
Yeah, I think so entirely. I used to be down on this. I used to think you can't give up the talent of DeMarcus Cousins. No possible way. I remember sitting here at the 2015 NBA draft. We were talking about the Lakers possibly trading their second pick, which turned out to be D'Angelo Russell, but the number 2 pick for DeMarcus Cousins. I said, and all of us at the desk said, no. There's no way. You can't give up the talent of DeMarcus Cousins. You just can't. And then a former GM came in here the next day and said to us, you guys don't know how it is waking up every morning, being the general manager of a team where you got a guy who might implode. And that's just how it is.
But is that
and
because
that
of his
escalated.
environment? Is that because of this Kings
Well,
organization? Because
at
we've
some
also
point.
had like
Sure.
Coach K go to bat for DeMarcus Cousins with Team USA, other coaches. Like, he's respected. He really is. And he does an unbelievable job in the community. I think it might just be the Kings organization and, of course, the whole Sacramento Bee angle here, who've been going at him for months, if not years. Maybe he just gets a fresh start somewhere. None of this stuff is happening.
It might help, but at some point it's got to be a little bit of the kit, a little bit of the caboodle here. It's got to be part and parcel. Cousins hasn't. This isn't a guy who's leading a team to championships at this point. I do
fair.
agree. He could
Yeah.
definitely end up in a Randolph type scenario for sure.
28, 11, and 3. The guy's a talented guy. I love
You're getting the numbers,
if
no
anything,
doubt.
maybe some GMs are like, "Ooh, this is good. I'm glad this stuff is happening. Maybe I can get Cousins for even cheaper if the
Trade
Kings are
value
trying."
down.
Yeah,
Right.
it's possible. All right, final one here, guys. Moving on. Tough break for the Clippers. Today, we have learned that forward Blake Griffin will undergo minor surgery on his right knee tomorrow and is expected to be sidelined until at least January. It's going to be a cleanup surgery to remove loose bodies in the knee, which can be like small fragments of cartilage or bone. Recovery time, about 3 to 6 weeks, they're saying. Are you guys up or down on the Clippers' chances without Blake Griffin for some extended time here?
Yeah, I think they'll be entirely fine. I mean, they've been 6-6 over their last 12 games anyways with Blake Griffin. I don't see it getting much worse. And last year without him, they were entirely fine. They were, 31-16 or some ridiculous.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's right.
31-16 is exactly right.
Yeah, since 2013-14, 41-21 without Blake. They've had huge portions of the seasons, the past 3 seasons, where they've missed either Blake or Chris Paul. And they've never really fallen off in either scenario. And then when the guy who was hurt comes back, it seems like they're even better because they've been sitting and watching for 20 games saying, wow, look at what either Chris or in this scenario, Blake will be watching Chris saying, wow, look what he can do. How can I fit in to sort of meld my talents with his even better? Taking 20 games off and seeing what's happening can be great for a player.
That said, there's some teams right on their heels, the Clippers, because you said they just struggled over their last 12 or so. You got the Jazz right there, you got the Thunder right there, the Grizzlies. I mean, it's like he could come back and the Clippers could be in the 7th or 8th spot because of those teams coming up behind them. I don't think so.
No, I mean, since they've had their turkey, since Thanksgiving here in the U.S., they're 6-6. I don't know what happened to them. They need a wake-up call. And I think this could act as that. It sort of did last year. DeAndre Jordan really stepped up
Yeah, that's true.
when he went out.
Paul Pierce did as well, though. He plugged in there, and I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to get that Paul again at this stage of his career. But, does he go Spates, or does Doc Rivers go Spates, or Brandon Bass, or it'll be interesting to see.
Allen Anderson,
yes.
perhaps. They go small, possibly with some Austin Rivers. I just think this team is so talented, they can compensate.
I feel bad for Blake. He was having an all-star season.
Definitely.
And I wonder if this, despite some of us getting votes here and the fans out there getting votes, will it affect his chances of making the all-star?
You got a vote?
I don't get a vote now.
Hey, we'll
Absolutely
see. We'll be way up if we get votes.
We are not a part of that basketball media.
Still fans.
Up next, we'll introduce a new segment here on the show. Don't go anywhere. Huge fans. Welcome back to the Starters, where it's time for a new segment here called Would You Believe Me? Trey, how does this bad boy work?
Would you believe me? I'll give you guys a seemingly unbelievable topic that's actually true. You guys will tell me just how crazy it is. And our first one, the Washington Wizards started the season 7-13, have endured reports that John Wall and Bradley Beal don't get along, and even had a starter say they had one of the worst benches in the league. But now they've won 5 of their last 6 and are back in the postseason mix. Would you believe me if I told you the Wizards were 1 game out of the playoffs?
I would believe you.
1 game.
That's what's
Sounds
going
crazy.
on in the Eastern
Yeah,
Conference,
it's a
though.
mess.
You can go from 3rd to 14th, literally in a couple games.
Yeah.
I mean, they're, a game out of the 8th, but they're also only 2.5 games out of 3rd place.
Wow.
That's how close it is. After the Cavs and the Raptors, there's just a bunch of teams that can make the playoffs if they want to make the playoffs. And the biggest difference with the Wizards watching their last 3 games against the Hornets, Pistons, and Clippers, I think it's Johnny Wall just ripping off defensively, going to offense, doing it all, and inspiring his team to a 3-game win streak. And as you see these standings here, besides the Magic, these teams are all in the playoffs. No, they're all have.
Look at this mess.
You got the Sixers, the Nets under there. But all these teams, where do you want to finish?
But you think Johnny Wall's a big reason?
Yeah.
Are we calling him Johnny now? Is that a
I
thing
guess
that's
he's
happening?
Johnny Wall.
I'm sort of sitting where Lee usually sits, so
Yeah.
I'm adding a Y to his name, just like Lee Baby would. John has been on fire, double-digit assists in the 3 games, obviously, that's what he does, but 11 steals combined. To me, it's the defensive end where he looks like he really, really, really cares these last 3 games. And as your superstar goes, I think everybody else goes, especially with this team. He just is the leader on this team. I think Bradley Beal just sort of plays off him. It's been all Wall. This team, it's been perplexing how bad they started, but I think when John Wall wants, he can lead this team.
This should be a playoff team.
Yes.
I know it's a mess there in the East, but this absolutely should be a playoff team when you have 2 of the best scorers, at least in the month of December, in John Wall and Bradley Beal, and then you put any sort of defense together with it. And that's what they're getting here, and Beal talked about it after last night's when, we've shown we can be an elite team when we play a little bit of defense. We're really solid. Kelly Oubre Jr. has been good for them. I know he just missed the last one, but Otto Porter as well. A little D there on the wing, and of course everyone starts to buy into it, and you get the wins coming. It's nice to see the Wizards finally playing great. Would you believe me if I told you the Wizards had the longest winning streak in the Eastern Conference?
At 3?
3 games.
3
Sorry.
games?
Yeah, I know. That's how weird it is right now. So strange. All right, next one, Trey.
All right, next one. The Spurs retired Tim Duncan's number 21 last night, and despite everyone expecting him to show up in a billowy button-down and some flowing Lee Ellis jeans, he actually showed up in a nice suit with a tucked-in shirt. Would you believe me if I told you Tim Duncan didn't wear jeans to his jersey ceremony?
I guess we have to believe. We just saw him wearing a nice suit there.
Yeah, it was
but
a nice suit.
were you disappointed that he didn't go full-on Timmy there with just a huge shirt and the big baggy jeans? He looked sharp, but I was a little disappointed.
Yeah, it'd be a little bit more fun to talk about today, but being the NBA dweebs that we are, we've understood the last year or 2, Tim Duncan has styled it up.
That's true.
He's changed his game. He's not old Tim baggy plaid like I am here with big pants. He's styled up. Things have changed in Tim Duncan's world, so I'm not surprised. All over the internet, you see photos of Tim Duncan, before and after.
He's looking sharp. You're right. Look, this was an unbelievable ceremony.
It was great.
It was great. Ginobili speaking, Tony Parker, of course, Pop. Duncan making fun of himself for saying I even talked longer than 30 seconds was pretty good. And Duncan even addressed what he was even wearing. He pointed out he wasn't wearing a tie. He's not that formal.
And that intro video was really
so
great
good.
as well. You don't often see a video put together that well. That was cool. That encapsulated Tim Duncan.
Number 21 up in the rafters for all time. All right, Trey, final one here.
Final one, in a game made for giants, Allen Iverson is a legend, exalted for his toughness and fearlessness despite being listed at just 6 feet and 165 pounds. Whew. While he could have bulked up, he said he never lifted because, quote, That bleep was too heavy. Would you believe me if I told you Allen Iverson never lifted weights in his entire career?
That's crazy, isn't it?
That's a
It
little
is crazy.
nuts. But he didn't practice, so. I mean,
Sort of an extension of practice in a way,
isn't it?
hitting the weight room.
I mean, the weight room's right beside the practice floor.
I like knowing that I have something in common with Allen Iverson.
Yeah.
Me and Iverson never lifted weights, man.
You've
It's
never
just-
lifted weights?
It's too heavy, man. No, I did like in grade 9. I tried eating ice cream for like 3 months to gain weight. Tried to bulk up. And some people just don't have the makeup, you know? You just can't add weight.
I
Feel
think.
your pain, Iverson.
I don't know, but did you see him flex like that? Do you have biceps like Allen
No,
Iverson?
I definitely
He's
do
pretty
not.
defined.
I definitely don't. That's the thing. I mean, he's just such an unbelievable athlete. That's crazy when you say 165. I'm not sure I believe you on that. That is so light. Coming from a super light guy, that's
would
really,
know.
really light.
What do you
for
weigh?
an NBA player.
What are you weighing in at?
I'm probably about 145 right now, maybe 150. Yeah, man, I'm bulked up.
Yeah, you're bulking up in
Bulked
those
up.
weights.
That's
Eat
right.
that ice cream.
I ate so much ice cream today, it was crazy. All right, we gotta take a quick break. When we come back, the Raptor stars in a brand new edition of Weekend Whoopsies. Back with the starters, we asked you earlier in the show, what players should have a move named after them? You've jumped on Twitter, #starters. Trey, you got a few of the best answers.
Yeah, John says the MJ is when you switch hands mid-flight. That's
Yeah.
spectacular move. Kush Bosch says the Curry is where you shoot the 3 in transition rather than taking a layup. Not bad, but my favorite comes from Sydney, who says Justin Bieber. It's the shake and bake stare.
Oh, yeah. Nice, man. All right, let's get to some weekend whoopsies. There was a whole lot of hijinks over the weekend.
Trevor Ariza, a beautiful steal here. So what's going to
Yeah.
happen? Whoa, no, the Mop Boy's in the way. Luckily, nothing happened to Mr. Mop Boy, or else we could have had a problem.
Just leaves the broom behind.
Leaves the mop. Are you kidding me?
Crazy. DeMarcus Cousins gonna foul out on a questionable 6th foul there. You can't believe it, so he makes eye contact with us at home and lets us know how he really feels.
He's a good
It's
guy.
not easy to do.
The Raptor has a smart TV for a fan. This lucky fan, oh no! That wasn't very smart TV of you. TV down.
Oh, man.
TV down. LG
How big is that?
down.
At least
that?
40.
40, you think? Julius Randle is gonna back it up to the 3-point line. He just forgets to dribble. Look at the little moonwalk here.
Hey, good call.
It is a good call.
This is also a good call. Salam Mesri runs into Seth Curry. Oh,
What's it called? A travel?
travel. He barely picks up the pivot foot. Great stuff.
Chris Paul, this is a weird one. Loses the ball while he's about to go over half court, and he doesn't really understand if he can go get it or not. I think he technically could have because it hadn't come in to the front court, but then he flops. I mean, that's just a strange play all around.
Great weekend whoopsies here. Timofey Mozgov, on the night he received his championship ring.
It wasn't even close.
No, it's like he had the ring on.
Rolls
dunking
his
that.
eyes at missing it too. Oh, man.
Same game, LeBron James, something similar there to Mozgov, just loses it on the big dunk attempt. Look at this fan. He thinks he's going to see a great highlight. Oh, no.
Oh, no. It's all right. JR will make up for it after the game with this power stance. Yeah. Jumping right in to Allie Clifton and Kyrie Irving's interview.
You don't see
Proving
the photobomb facing away very often.
And then a great t-shirt after the game. Cleveland, it's not that bad. Have a beer.
I want to go to
Killing
Cleveland.
it.
Steph Curry loves to try different sports in pregame routines, and here he is curling. Hard!
Oh, that's that game in the Winter
It's in the
Olympics.
house. Yeah, that's curling
Yeah.
for you non-Canadians out there.
Ian Clark drops Noah Vonleh, hits the shot, but it's the reactions on the bench that are noteworthy, really.
Oh, that's the Summer Olympics.
Yeah, got a swimmer.
You're
man.
really up big if you're swimming on the sidelines.
More great bench reactions for the Warriors. Klay Thompson travels here, goes to his
Yep,
left,
yep.
shuffles the feet, and his bench is calling him on it.
Whoa.
That's how good it is in Golden State.
Yeah, they're having a good time.
Snitches. Tom Thibodeau scares the ref. Ref doesn't know he's there. Hey, whoa.
It's a real sidler.
on, man.
Sidled right up.
Andre Drummond has improved his free throw shooting this year, but this one not so good. You know, when it goes short or long, that's something, but left.
He was trying like
that's
virtual
bad.
reality to help him with that, wasn't he? Mm-hmm. Yeah, malfunctioned. Swaggy P checks out late in this one. Someone like calls his name.
Yeah, what
Hey,
are you looking
Swaggy. Okay, bye. Richard Jefferson the easiest basket of his career there.
Sixers rookie forward Ben Simmons looking stylish. What is that, a velvet suit, the chain hanging over the turtleneck?
Wow.
Game time here on NBA TV compared him to the old Rock.
This needs a fanny pack. That's it. Well, speaking of The Rock, we had the Celtics playing paper, rock, scissors to see who would shoot the technical and the foul shot. And looks like Bradley went with The Rock. Crowder goes paper. Crowder wins. Best part,
Controversial.
he missed the free throw.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, crazy. One more break when we come back. Trey does his best Lily impersonation.
That's right.
Back with the starters. Trey, you hit us with the Biebs crossover and stare.
That's right. Oh, fading into
Let's
black.
see how well you did it. Yeah! It's been a while.
Oh, this is one of the first uses this year.
Yeah. Come on,
Feels good to
finish
have it
left hand.
back.
Give us a stare, Biebs. Oh, yeah. I
Killed
saw
it.
it. I saw it.
Not bad.
Tonight's pick and play here. It's the Pistons and the Bulls. Trey, the only one going with Detroit on the road.
I feel bad about that.
Three of us say Bulls. I need this. I need this
loyal.
here. I'm a game behind you in the race for worst. Trey, you're filling in for Lely with a very solid play.
Right, heading to San Antonio for a jet setter. That's
What?
right, it goes from Argentina to the United States, to Australia, up to Argentina for the dunk. And that's what I call a very solid play.
Cool.
Hey, look, man, you painted me into a corner. You teased it, I had to go with the accent.
That's all right. That's all right. Tonight on NBA TV, it's the Suns and the Wolves coverage beginning in about a minute here with the Auto Trader pregame. So stick around for that. Tomorrow, you got to join us at 11 a.m. Eastern on Twitter. It's the Starters Twitter show. We have a blast with this. We'll be talking more about those all-star votes and DeMarcus Cousins, I'm sure. Rudy Gobert says he's the best center in the game. Might get into that. If you got questions, you can join in live. Again, it's on Twitter, 11 a.m. tomorrow. Will be a blast.
Now, you said it went up to the alley-oop to Argentina. That was Dwayne Dedman,
Oh, you mean the Dwayner?
the Dwayner. He's not from
no,
Argentina.
No, went to Argentina, to the United States, to Australia, back to the United States. For the Dwayner throws it down. That's what I call a very solid play.
It's not what you said. Lee wouldn't
Run it
mess that
back,
up.
run it back.
Lee wouldn't mess that up.
Don't
Lee
run it
wouldn't have
back.
done that.
But you know what he would say?
What?
That'll do.
Good enough!
That'll do. And that'll do it for us. We'll see you tomorrow, guys.
All right, thanks for joining us, folks. And remember, when you don't have a party trick, just pull out the Bieber.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like that.
He just fades to black here. Brace the night, people.